Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, fun fact, I actually forgot one of the great houses. I thought the St. Dellen was the last canton that we would need to do, and apparently it's not. Poor Hlaalu. They always get the short end of the stick here. So I've been giving some thought as to what I want to do for their canton, and right now I'm coming up a little bit blank, but we'll figure it out. That I have no doubt. What's everybody up to? Okay, so in brief, I'm going to show you what St. Dellen looks like right now. And I would say it's about 80 to 90% done. It's at a point right now where... Yeah, about 80% done, I would say. It's at a point right now where I feel comfortable letting it sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back to it, and then with the new kit and everything, put in all those details. Poor Hlaalu indeed. They always get left out, except Balmora. Nobody likes Hlaalu. Aww. I like Hlaalu. I mean, they're my third favorite faction, but still. I mean, I don't dislike them. Oh, poor guys. Okay, so this place probably looks a lot more filled out, a lot more finished by now. Because it is. One of the things that I noticed that was a problem in this canton is a lot of the city itself is below this line right here. Right? Because this is where you're walking around and stuff. So it makes sense that there would be nothing that is above this part because the city would be down below. Okay. But the problem is, when we look at this city from this perspective, as one does, you're missing out like 90% of the cool stuff because literally your perspective is looking straight out instead of down. And I was wrapping my brain around this. I was really struggling to figure out how to convey the fact that you want a person to look down, and it just hit me last night. Every time that there is an entranceway, every time that there is like a doorway or something, just have a staircase, right? If you have a staircase here, it's naturally going to force the player to look down as he's going down. And here's the best part, the top part's going to get clipped off by the top of the stairs, right? So, literally, what you want is going to be in focus as you're going forward. If the staircase itself, due to the nature of like how it's constructed, literally frames the scene exactly as we want it to be. So I'm going to be using this method in all of the cantons that don't have great houses in them, because the great house cantons like House Redoran and House Telvanni and stuff have these giant palatial structures that take up way, way, way more space than just, the low-income housing and stuff. It's such a simple little solution, but it's perfect. It's exactly what I want. So I'm pretty psyched about it. Okay, yeah, the other big thing is I've just added in some retaining walls here. You'll notice that if we take these things out, right, and I'll just delete this real quick. Look, that's just way less impressive. It has to do with the fact that, how should I say this? The lighting in here acts a little bit nicer with this retaining wall in because there is much more vertices that the light can bounce off of. You're finishing a model of this item for this week's category. See, this one, I think the Greatness 7 is going to do something amazing here. in the item category. Because it's like a very limited thing, right? Like a house mod, okay, fine, whatever. That can go either way, but when you're just dealing with like one specific item, you can do some pretty cool mechanics scripting-wise with that, and I think that's gonna give his team a little bit of an advantage this time around. Guess we're gonna have to see, though. Okay, so I am gonna just move on from this scene. Yeah, you can see that like this part over here is very nicely filled out on the right side. This over here on the left, not so much. It needs a little bit more attention, but not that much. Yeah, okay, so let's move on to that last canton. Maybe, but with this mud crab, you have an amazing idea. Ooh. I like amazing ideas. Anything you want to share, or you gonna keep that under your hat for a little bit? Okay. I just want to double check and make sure that I don't have a Hlaalu canton. That's... Yeah, okay, we're good. By the way, we're listening to a new soundtrack this time around. I found out that Iron Zol, I think that's how you pronounce his name, same guy who did the Fallout 4 soundtrack, just released a new album for an EA game called Eagle Flight, I think it is. Anyway, I haven't checked out the game yet, but the soundtrack, I think sounds pretty good. I mean, from the card art and stuff, from the box art. I'm trying to think of the name, like anyway, the thumbnail. From the thumbnail, it looks like it's some sort of mobile game, so, yeah. But then again, there's been a lot of music out there, like for mobile games and stuff in recent years that are it's just absolutely amazing. Farlands is a game that's a VR title, and that soundtrack is pretty incredible too. So, you know, I wouldn't prejudge it too harshly. I'm liking it so far. Okay, so the thing about the Hlaalu is that it's very boxy, for lack of a better word. In fact, we might even pull up a couple of those buildings just to take a look at them as we're building this. You don't want to spoil it now, no problem. Can't wait to see what it's going to be. Alright, I want to have this at water height of about 2,300. Actually, it was 2,700 in the last one, and that looked pretty good. You see what I mean? It's very squared. I'm so tempted to maybe not retexture, but create a couple new buildings, like new templates that we've been using in the Velocity style that have vertical sides instead of just the trapezoidal type that we typically use. Because it would be very easy to do, and I think it will be pretty effective too. But we'll have to wait a little bit and see. Comparing these to the vanilla cantons is insane. You know, it's funny, I was walking around Vivec, like the outside of it again for the first time in a long time.
Those boots on ruin.
Dude, Rakowski, how's it going, man? What are you up to? I was walking around the exterior of Vivec a little bit, and I couldn't help myself. I had to change just a couple little things, because back when I first made Dramatic Vivec, it was like one of the very first large things that I did for Morrowind, and in fact, it is the very first large thing I did for Morrowind, and since that time, 2 years ago, I'm just like, okay, the spacing on this is wrong. This is unoptimized. I can't help myself. I can only see the mistakes. So I corrected a little bit of it. Ready to relax, huh? Yeah, me too. I'm trying a new setup today, so hopefully the keyboard's not going to be too loud. I know that we got a couple complaints earlier in the stream. Well, not in the stream, like after the stream. Like on Discord. I'm just like, okay, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, today we're working on the Hlaalu canton, which I have absolutely no idea how to do. I really don't. The only thing that I know about Hlaalu is that it uses a lot of vertical sides, and they love squares, and they love rounded squares, and little accents on those things, but that's about it. So, it should be interesting. Right now I'm just trying to randomize it a little bit. Hlaalu represent! I always considered them to be like gangsters and stuff. Or maybe the Yakuza would be a more apt description of these guys. They're opportunists. Venice style in Hlaalu Canton, maybe? Well, that is certainly a route we could explore. We need to have like these little channels and stuff. Yeah, okay, we can toy with that idea. See where it takes us. I actually feel a little bit bad because I forgot about the Hlaalu. I'm just like, it's such a noob thing to do. I thought I was done with all of the cantons and everything. It's like, no. Okay, so I think the idea is we want to have... Not necessarily on a pass, although that... We could go ahead and put those in later, but we want the water itself to act as channels for boats. Like little canoes and stuff. Putting in the canoes right now probably would be a great first step. Because that's going to tell us how big these things actually need to be. And I'm probably going to raise the water level on this one too, just so that it's easier to see from a overhead perspective with the buildings and stuff in between them. Let's see. Come on, there's got to be a boat here somewhere. These are not the boats I want. At least I don't think. Is it this one? No. It might be. Like, in my mind, they're quite a bit thinner. Size-wise. Okay, so it's actually EX Gondola. Good to know. I'm going to stick that next to the other boats, too. By the way, if anybody's curious, if anybody wants it, I have a copy of... let's see. I've been giving out games for the past month or so. Oh, for the past week or so. And I have a copy of Red Alert 3 on Steam if anybody wants that. Great game. Love it. Wonderful cutscenes. Really cheesy. Just throwing that out there, guys. Hit me up on Discord if you want it or not. I'll, just throw me a whisper. Okay, so... yeah, we need to raise the water level. 3,200 probably. Yeah, I feel like to sell this idea, we need to have, like, bridges and stuff that are going across these locations. See, the idea that I'm playing around with in my head right now is, what if we have the Hlaalu canton be like a miniature little Vivec city? Like, have little cantons on the inside of the main canton. If we do that, we want to have them disconnected from the wall itself. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud while I'm designing this. So yeah, think of them as like little artificial islands. This is a cool concept. I like this. Thanks for mentioning it. Right now it's all about positioning, and then we'll... like, the one thing that this is dangerous for is that we still want to make it feel like an actual canton. Like a house canton, like a great house canton. So maybe we'll put in some height on these things. Make them taller than we usually would. Okay, the thing that I'm noticing most of all is that these islands need to be really small in order to work with the space that we have. And in fact, let's make this bigger. And put some like foundations down below. By the way, if anybody's curious, the contestants have now placed their entries onto Nexus. So if you want to go ahead and check those out yourself, now's a great time to do it. Yeah, you know what? I am too. I'm liking this music. I think after this playlist is done, though, we're going to switch it back over to Owlboy and see how that sounds, because I haven't listened to the entire soundtrack. I always feel like I'm repeating myself a lot whenever I do a stream, so last thing I want to do is to have music that repeats too. Too much, anyway. So I make it a point to try and find stuff for you guys that's new. The Okami soundtrack? I believe I have? See, the problem with a lot of soundtracks, though, is that they may be great to listen to, and they may be great to play to. Not necessarily great to build with. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. Okay, so here's my idea. In order to get the idea across that we want there to be channels and stuff, in order for that to read correctly, there needs to be space between these cantons. These little we should come up with a name for these mini cantons. If we make it too dense, just due to the fact that there's like buildings next to where the water is, it's going to obscure where the water is. Right? It's just because it's that height. So in order to get this to read correctly, we need to have these built vertically. And the closer that they get, I should say the further that they get away from any part of water, the taller they can become. Make sense? If it doesn't make sense, just wait a second, you'll see. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good ratio right there. Right now, I'm just mostly concerned about getting something that's going to be the relative right size to give us a really rough, almost like a pre-visualization of what the scene's going to look like. The Last Guardian soundtrack is pretty nice. I'll add it to the list. Thanks for the heads up. I mean, if it's cheap enough, I'll go ahead and pick it up. How is The Last Guardian, by the way, the game itself? I hear that was in development hell for a really long time. Okay, let's put some proper lighting on this. Yeah, Telvanni will work. Or Red Ring will work. Whoa, what did I do wrong? 61. Gotcha. Takes some patience, but you think it's fantastic. Are you streaming that, Ragaski? Or are you just playing that on your own? With the dog there and you being able to like talk to it, is it a dog or is it like a dog bird? The giant dog bird thing, your pet. I think that would be a fantastic game to be do a let's play on Twitch. Like much more so than a lot of other games out there like Civilization or something, because you can actually talk to the damn pet. And if he does something stupid on stream, you can be like, "What are you doing?" Because you know, no matter how smart they make the AI, it's still probably going to be a little bit annoying. The only time that I've seen AI even halfway decently pulled off, like in escort missions and stuff, is in BioShock Infinite. The rest of the time, it's just like the Natalia problem from GoldenEye. Going back a ways for a reference, I know, but it still works. Believe me, anybody who played the N64 knows my pain on that one. The animations are freaking outrageous. Playing alone for now, terrified of some jackass coming in and spoiling everything. Oh, yeah. Gotta watch out for them spoilers. You know what I love about this? We haven't done this before. Like, this is an entirely new take on what a canton could look like on the inside. And yet it still, already still feels a little bit Velathy. Okay, I think that this part right here, this section, needs to be on a larger platform. So this part right here, and then we'll sort of build up to it, right? Okay, let's stick some lighting in here and see how far that's going to get us. Yeah, I don't know if I like the building like this. Like, part of me wants to slide this all the way back. Like to over here. Yeah, that looks better. And then it sort of connects with this canton in the back here, too. This mini canton. Platform? I'm gonna call them platforms. Just for sake of convenience. Okay, that's looking good. By the way, I upgraded my internet. So hopefully we're not gonna have any of those disconnects anymore. Hopefully the stream looks a little bit nicer too. Although, I'm not gonna be able to tell that until I watch this thing later on today. What do you think, Alistair? Think we're on the right track here? If anything, I'd like to make the boat a little bit smaller. We might need to create a custom mesh for that and cheat a little bit. Okay. We'll put it in the dark lights too. Ooh, that's a good point. Alright, you see how deep this actually goes and then how dark it gets down at the bottom? To the point where it's literally just black there? That is a cool touch. I like that. In order to really pull it off, though, we're going to have to lower the floors, aren't we? Yeah. And then we'll take out these foundations and we'll replace that with absolute black. You know, every so often I come up with a halfway decent idea. How much you've lost? Wait, what? I think I missed something there. No, I was just asking, what do you think so far of the concept? I'm kind of digging it. You know, it's funny, there's like 17 things that I want to get done. Either on the stream or on Discord or like I want to build a Twitch spot I want to build a Discord bot. I got all of I need to do a video. I need to release some content because it's been ages since I've done that. Got all of these things that are like pressuring me on like 17 different sides. Completely reasonably too. It is a challenge to keep on a hold of it all, you know? Okay, so that is the concept for it. And now we're just going to go ahead and stick in some details, some houses, some bridges, do all the hard work. I don't know if it's really selling the Hlaalu part yet, but that's probably going to come down more towards architecture and stuff. Are we back? Okay, cool. I'm trying to think about what I want to do next. Whether or not I want to do the foundations next, or if I want to do the bridges next. I think we might put in some temporary bridges here, and we'll take them out at some point. But I need to know what the actual path that people would walk on would be in here. What would that be? In fact, I'm going to do it this way. Might even be cool to have some bridges that go between the taller points of the buildings themselves too. So maybe a bridge that transverses this point right here. And this here. Something like that. Transverses, traverses. Traverses. Everything should always be about 45 degrees from each other, too. That's a very important Hlaalu thing. So, hey, Christmas is coming up. In case you guys didn't know. And I'm a little bit curious. Have all of you done all of your Christmas shopping yet? Or does your family even celebrate Christmas? For me, we're not really huge Christmas people. I mean, I don't want to sound like a humbug type of person, but it's mostly about just like seeing family again. Not really about the presents. Which is good because, yeah, my family does this thing where they say, okay, I should actually take that back a little bit. My family's a little bit complicated. Because I'm adopted, I have 2 of them. There's these people out there who are like, okay, don't spend more than $25 on me. All right, fine, cool, gotcha. All right, or better yet, we're not going to go ahead and celebrate Christmas at all. No gifts, it's just going to be... And then they spend more than $25. They spend more than $25 or something, and then I look like I haven't, you know, given any thought to my gift when I give somebody a gift card or something. Or a coffee mug, and then they get me this, like, brilliant, I don't know what it would be, like a vinyl album of Jeremy Soule stuff on there. Like signed or something that cost hundreds of dollars. It's like, oh, I thought we were in some... I don't know, it just puts me in an awkward position. Haven't even started any shopping yet. Wow, you like to live dangerously. I've got everybody done except for one person who is just mildly annoying when it comes to buying stuff for, because whenever he finds something that he wants, he just buys it. I'm getting to the point where it's like, you know what? Fine, you get a burrito. Hell, everybody loves Chipotle. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, because that's bad form, but still. Now that I'm a certified grown-up and have a job, I gotta start buying people presents now. Been freeloading my whole life. Well, you know. It's supposed to be fun. I mean, when you really stop and think about it, like, there is no more perfect American holiday than Christmas. It's all about, like, consumerism and stuff. And that's not a recrimination on, like, the capitalist system or what have you. I'm just saying. It's a very American thing to celebrate. I have fun. Not so much on Black Friday, mind you, but, you know. I like spending the time and finding something that works specifically for that one person, something that they didn't even know that they wanted. I'm thinking right now. Because this building is going to be aligned in some sort of orientation to the outside world. Technically, it could be... I believe if Vivec City was on the left here, then it would be orientated in this... No, it would be orientated this way. right? So the vertical part would be the elongated. So if we want to... Okay. I need a marker. So these are the bridges, I'm just imagining in my head, where you would come in from the Vivec city, the rest of it. This would be the Redoran canton over here, I believe. And then this over here would be the wilderness. Technically the frontier district. See, the thing is, if we build it in this fashion, we don't necessarily have to have entrances on these two sides as well. I need to double check that. Anyway, my point in all of that before was just like, buying gifts for some certain people is kind of hard, it's kind of difficult. Right, okay, so the elongated part is up and down. That's where the bridge is, so we want to have those entrances kind of extended out more than we usually would. So they would go about right here and here. We need to separate them out a little bit more. Yes, okay. You know, if it feels weird, we can always add it back in later. But right now I want to simplify. Okay, something's wrong. Yeah, you kind of caught me zoning out right now. Okay, there we go. You know, it's something that you might not notice, but working on a project in this manner, there are problems in these cantons, absolutely. But I know that I don't have to fix them right exactly this precise minute. I can get something about 90% there, and then I can move on to the next thing, and then since I know that I'm going to be working on a second pass sooner or later, it makes the entire process just more enjoyable to work with. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Like right now I can focus on the creative aspects and not have to worry about getting everything absolutely 100% finished. There we go. I'm almost tempted to knock out these ones as well. Yeah, I'm going to stick a pin in that one. There is a way that we can technically have this centered. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that and see how it looks. Okay, I can buy that. A3 fountain. Yeah, I still haven't found a good place for it yet. There is a location inside of the... Well, actually on top of the temple canton that I'm thinking about replacing the fountains that I made with the fountains that you made. I even like the idea of those fountains so much that I might want to create a variation on that that's a bit more square-like, so that it would be easier to tile next to each other. And then, like, since it's square, it could also fit in the Hlaalu canton a little bit easier as well. That's the idea I'm running off of right now. Oh, okay, so we have those. We technically need to delete... Wow. Okay, something's screwed up. This goes here. That gets scooted over. And then that becomes a half hall. There we go. Like, I'm almost tempted to do this number with him. No, I don't want to do that, though. Because when you're walking down this way, we want to have that highlighted and then boom. As soon as you get to this, like, main juncture point right here, that's when it should open up and you should see in your peripheral vision the left and right sides. Okay. This might look like very dry work, and that's because it is, but it's actually really important too. Okay, I think I need to focus on the water itself because it's not reading correctly. Like, you can barely see it at the moment. Ah, thanks, Danae. Yeah. This is gonna take a while. Especially with the kit that I have. This might be one of the longer streams that we do. Just throwing that out there. Since water is so important, we're going to need to spend quite a bit of time focused on these foundations. We're going to need to create a new piece today, aren't we? You can tell that already. Okay, what did I miscount? Okay, that one. That's where it gets a little wonky. Let's get this aligned first, and then we can manipulate it. We can start taking chunks out. Excuse me a minute. Yeah. There's got to be something on the other side. It's causing these not to align up correctly. I can feel it. Yep, there you are. Great, now all we need to do is like that 60 more times. Okay. Yeah, you know, we're doing such boring stuff right now that I figure I wanted to listen to something a little bit more upbeat. You know, I'm not even a huge fan of like soccer or football, depending on where you're living. But Rocket League looks like so much fun. I mean, there's games that you play because you want to feel immersive in the world, and then there's like games like Rocket League. You just want to have some fun. Cars with hats, playing soccer. What's not to love? Nothing wrong about that. Yep, I proudly too. Although after this election, I don't know. Oh, that's an interesting idea. See, I was originally thinking that I would need to create a piece like this, right? You see how it's curving outwards like this? We need a convex one. It sort of does this number. So I guess we need like a little connector piece. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might be interesting to have it sort of like misaligned at the bottom here, so that it looks like there's a platform that's resting on top of another platform. Not doing a really good job of explaining this. Right, so originally I was thinking of having it perfectly aligned like this, but if we have it offset a little bit, that looks cool in its own right. Yeah, okay. Actually, you know what I should do? I should just export this entire row out. Yeah, copy and paste. I'm doing things the hard way. You mean place it inside of these things right here? Yeah, that's another option that we could use too. Sort of have it clipping in the middle there. Let's see here. What I probably am going to need at some point is one of these pieces that's cut in half. Because we're working at irregular shapes here. Haven't run into that problem yet. I mean, I suppose technically this could scoot a little bit towards the top of the screen, but not that big of a deal. Not yet, anyway. Okay, because there's a thing there. Ooh, that is pretty much absolute. Okay, so if we have a... No, I need one that's 640, maybe 320 if that exists. Don't know if anybody out there has played City Heroes or not, but this area that we're working on right here, because it's filled with canals and stuff, feels like one of the upper levels from that game. I'm trying to think of what the name is. It's not Perez Park. Oh man, it's, at a certain point, all that information just left my head. But I could explore that city like the back of my hand. Because I've just been in Paragon City for so long. It's funny, I knew Paragon City better than I knew the town that I was living in at the time. Okay, I can't remember it. That's bugging the hell out of me. Let's see, there was a courtyard and a university, I want to say. For anybody who's sunk in a chunk of time on like an open world game set in the modern day, like Grand Theft Auto, I bet you there's people out there who know San Andreas better than they know their hometowns. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Hope you're having a good time. Today we're just kind of laying the foundations for the work that we're going to be doing tomorrow, and that's where all the fun part's going to be, all the additional little bits of clutter and animated waterfalls and such. But we got to go ahead and do the boring bits first. Looks a lot like Minecraft, I would imagine, what we're doing right now. Has that previs sort of feel to it. Okay, and then I'm gonna do something like this. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. I don't know what it says about me, but I kind of wanted Dark Elf Guy to, when he pushed the button on the machine, to get another house mod again. Because I know how much that he didn't want to do a house mod. Like, if you don't want to do a house mod, I mean, you're the freaking organizer of the event. Don't do a house mod. Nobody's gonna know. For those of you who are wondering what the hell I'm talking about, there is a competition going on right now in Morrowind. For Morrowind modders. And they're doing it in stages, so the most current stage that they're in right now is, what is it, the item stage? They're making a mod based off of like an item. That's the criteria. Last week it was in house mod, and for some reason Dark Elf Guy did not want to do that. Whatever. Yeah, like right here, this is one of those locations that needs one of those curves that goes inwards. You might be able to cheat a little bit. Oh, hey, that actually works pretty well. Yeah, this is sticking out a little bit too far. Ugh, what did I get myself into? It's okay. Alistair, you're trying to kill me here, aren't you? Okay. Before we go any further, I need to create a piece that's in half. That's like this wall piece, but it's half. Super, super simple to do. Right now I'm being a little bit paranoid about this because I want this to just snap into place. I want it to align. Difference. Yes, okay. Actually, you know what I could do? I think that's aligned up. Oh, I actually saved that in the wrong place, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. Oh, interesting. So I didn't even notice that, but that's where the water line is. Okay. Now I'm gonna focus on the platforms first. And then if we have time, then I'll put some detail into the walls. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, that fits. And that fits. Is it gonna fit a third time? We can make it fit. Okay. Oh. These are too close. I'm really curious to see if this gets content ID'd or not. Content flagged. Because I don't normally have music with like lyrics and stuff in it. Try and keep it to game soundtracks, but this is sort of halfway in between. So I've noticed this isn't exactly the best time for me to stream with my regular crowd. A lot of people who are in Eastern Europe and stuff, it's just like 4 o'clock in the morning for them. So I apologize for that, but hey. It was either stream now or don't stream today, so maybe somebody on the video on demand and stuff who's watching it later can get a kick out of this. Awesome. Okay. Is that all of them? I'm going to put in a little bit of foliage. Just a couple trees or something. And then that is going to do it. Everything that you saw that I did just then, I'm gonna have to do over again because we're gonna have these layered, and they go down technically to this black part here. So we're gonna have to pull these things, sort of copy them, and then pull them down again like that. In fact, I might need to create a new kit for that, so that it's directly up and down vertically instead of at the angle. Just how it's set right now. But that is major boring stuff, so I want to put in some trees, and I will do that off the stream. And then I might be back here again today, later on. Like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. My time. So really weird time for me to stream, but hopefully we can get some more people in here. That's the plan. Oh, come on. Obviously, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to change some of the trees around and make the placement a little bit nicer, so. Right now, it's just giving us an idea of how big these things are supposed to look. Nice little reference point. You also have to imagine that every single one of these foundations is going to have at least some connection to a water spout that's going into the water itself, so. At the time we're done with this, it's going to feel very aquatic. Thanks. If I do have a complaint on this right now, it's that it just feels a little bit too blue. But we'll fix it. Okay, we got this last one here, this last platform, and then that is it.
me feeling alone. So long, darling. Right here and now. We can try this again. If you're in, I'm in, darling. I finally see what I need to be free. Far from what I was led to, but no holding back. I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move.
I love it. Okay, let's put in some extra buildings on the top here that are smaller scale. Not like these towers, but we'll put in some like little one-story shacks. Yeah, just placeholders for the moment. And that'll be a good place to end the stream. Yeah, I'm not feeling this track. Yeah, good way to end it. Exact same place where we started. Okay, that looks like a really good start. Can't wait until tomorrow, guys. Till then, take it easy. If you want to go ahead and check out some of the other stuff that I've been working on, totally can. I am on Steam, I'm on Discord, I'm on Twitter. You get notifications here on Twitch as well. Take your pick, man. You know, starting from a place where we didn't have any idea what we were going to do to where it is now, I love it. Yep, until then, see you later.